Yes, people, big up to you all. We're back again once more today, the second stream in the day, but this time, yeah, the line of reaction and analysis it's out. It's surprising to me. A few surprises there. One, first of all, is that I did not expect Conor Gallagher to start, but some argued on the panel that if Mason Mount did not start, Conor Gallagher will most likely start. The structure also surprising to me. I didn't expect him to trust. Trevor Chalobah well enough to start him on the left hand side in the left hand center back position, except really if this is in the structure. And if you're watching, let me know if you've checked the structure and the fifth stand up. Let me know if the structure you see there is a 3-5-1-1, according to this guys. I'm not sure. I'm waiting to hear from you. 3-5-1-1 formation. Yeah, someone else said that too. Uh, um, task Excuse me. Somebody else says terrible lineup. Courtney, big up to you. I hope you're doing well. And Ladi Pupo, I hope you're doing well, brother. Thanks once again for joining the second time in the day. Lampard is out of his mind. He must be. I know that we will lose today, but it's horrific with this thing of a lineup, a 4 or 5-0 loss. It's shocking, really. If it works, I'll take it. But I don't know what is he thinking. I just don't understand. What sort of going by 3-5 or 4, 3, yeah, exactly 3-5-1-1. I expected something more like a 4-2-3-1. That would have been a more solid structure had he done that. Why he's doing this, I simply do not know. So if you're watching, let me know what you make of the lineup. To me, if anything, it is seriously confusing. I get it. Loading the midfield area with three. You could call it all CMs. Kante out to the left, Enzo Fernandez and Kovacic to his right. Centrally, Enzo Fernandez himself. Rhys James, right wing back. Left wing back, Mark Cucurella. The back three, Thiago Silva centrally. Wesley Fofana to his right. Trevor Chalobah to his left. For me, if you ask me, I would have said maybe a back four would have been a more solid approach. But this is the man's selection, and hopefully it works. I'll catch up while we have in the chat, and I'll go to AD immediately to give me his thoughts on the lineup. 60 says Courtney, big up. I've seen better lineup at the state prison, coach. Believe me, I'm shocked. I just can't believe it. This formation didn't work at all during the last game. We were awful, and Lampard goes again. Is he dumb? That IQ test he gave was a fraud. This is just showing you how bad Chelsea's season is. I do not understand. If even if you want to score, I don't think it should be this structure. Even if the plan is to start with this structure and then Kante and Kovacic will mainly operate in the final third or further forward while Endo sits deeper, still it will cause a lot of confusion rather than stabilize the team. Real Madrid goes there with the usual lineup. Militao, Alaba centrally, Camavinga, he's played there on a couple of occasions now. Carvajal, right back, Valverde, right midfield side, Kroos essentially, Modric to his left, Vinicius on the left, but he always switches positions with Rodrigo, Benzema centrally, and the skipper, Rodrigo, on the right hand side. Right forward. It is really confusing. It is over really. Where's the goals coming from? I don't know. Eddie, let me come to you straight away, brother. What are your thoughts of this structure and the lineup? Plus, before you do that, we have on the bench, we have Christian Pulisic, we have Hakim Ziyech, we have João Felix, we have Mihailo Mudryk, Raheem Sterling. We have Carney Chukwuemeka. So Carney is fit now. Dennis Zakaria, Lewis Hall, Mason Mount, Ruben Loftus-Cheek is last creator. I knew before time that he wasn't going to start Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but I'm not sure what to make of it. Eddie, your thoughts on the lineup? And if you're in the chat, I want to get your thoughts on the lineup. I'll get to you in a bit.
Yeah, big up, coach.
Big up to you, my brother.
Yeah, well done. When I saw that lineup initially, it was like a shock to me. But later, I sat down a few minutes now, just looking at it. The only reason I can say that could be the thinking behind this would be keep it tight, don't concede early, let it be solid, and then maybe his thinking is the midfield of Real Madrid, Cruz, Modric, maybe they tire off while we're still in the game. They tend to sub them. If you notice, they don't play the full 90 minutes most of the time, Cruz and Modric. So he might be
Okay.
thinking when they're tired, then he could use pace. That is the only thing I can think of. Maybe he could bring up Modric and all to use that pace to now attack them. Because if you, to be honest, if you say Modric was starting now, each time as an attacker, he tries to run and he doesn't have space to run into, it demoralizes him and then he kills his game. The effectiveness of him throughout the game is not no more there, and then he gets subbed. Maybe he's thinking of affecting the game in the second half while keeping it tight in the first half, not conceding. That is the only reason I could say why I can think of doing this. And then if you remember yesterday when we were
think it would be too late, since we need to go, but go ahead with what you were saying.
Well, it could be both ways. If we say he goes gung-ho with the lineup of attacking, and we concede 2 goals, then what is there to play for? What is there to play for? So the only reason I can see that I can deduce from this is, okay, keep it tight, solid in midfield, don't give them space because they always operate from their midfield. Cruz, Modric, and all, they always pull the strings in that midfield. So keep it tight, don't give them space, be in their faces and all, and then don't let them play. While we don't concede, we might be lucky, get the corner kick, set piece, or whatever, we score. Then still keep it tight, be in the game. And then when they tire off, like Modric and all, they don't always, like I said, they don't always last the 90 minutes. Then he brings on maybe pace, brings on Modric and all. That is the only reason I can see why this lineup could actually make sense. But if you remember, we actually was saying, I was saying this yesterday to you that maybe he could play Chalobah and Fofana if he's going 3 at the back. Now, I think maybe Fofana will be the left centre back, and we're not sure, and then Chalobah the right centre back. Maybe something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he's going to handle that, but I'm still shocked at the selection.
Very shocked. I mean, yeah, but I was only trying to bring out. I was only trying to bring out positives from this lineup. To be honest, just not to make. just to try to raise the mood of most fans and everybody being shocked, like, because I mean, I don't know. Well, we see.
I don't know either, because what you explained will make sense, but when you think about it again, we need to get the goal as early as possible. And here's the thing: my logic when I thought about this game yesterday is this: they know we need a goal, and they know we'll be out, and they'll be planning to exploit that. But if we're going to play in a conservative manner, like sitting deep, expecting to find to maybe try to get something out of this game in the second half, they will come at us and they will get goals. And I can assure you, with a makeshift defense like this, I think chances are they'll get a lot of chances to score goals. And like I said in the morning, if they get 3 chances, they're capable of scoring 4 goals out of 3 chances. This is going to be a Vinicius beaten by Real Madrid. Let's see what else we have here. He sets up a formation as if we were the team with 2 goals lead. Maybe this is just deceiving. Maybe I'm not sure how they're going to operate. But the best attacking-wise, Kovacic isn't the best. Kante isn't the best. Gallagher either hasn't been excellent. I'm not sure what to make of it, but I'll come back on the panel to see what Roger says about that. Why does Lampard need to park the bus when all Real Madrid do is counter-attack with 3 strikers, with 3 stars, and there is no pace or efficiency up front to score from any counter-attack we may dream of? Yeah, it is concerning. And Patrick Pittman says it's a big arrow pointed to our goal. Look, this is hilarious the way Patrick puts it here. A big arrow indeed, and I'm not sure why. Philemon Bitsengwa says, awful lineup. It's clear the Lampard is insane. I'm not sure. If he works, I'd be surprised, really. When a team slugs out defensively for 16 minutes, it is virtually impossible to change the tempo of the game later. We need an early goal, but Lampard allows Real to acclimatize Yeah, relax gradually and grow into the game. Let me remix it a bit. Exactly my point. The more the game progresses without us getting a goal, the more they grow into it, and the chances are they get a goal. They've been let minute specialists. I think Roger talked about that a billion times since yesterday and today, how often they've come back. You think it's over, and a few minutes for the game to end, you see them back in the game. Yes, I understand what this guy is saying, but who is going to score? And Chelsea cannot score 3 goals in the second half. It hasn't happened for a billion years, and I don't think it starts today. This game will be over by halftime. We need an early goal now. It's dead rubber. Wow. Chelsea, last match in Europe. See us next 3 years. This is plain and simple stupidity. Big up everyone. Big up to you too, Martin. Oh, maybe Lampard is hoping by quitting and is it quieting? Okay, quieting Ancelotti. We'll take it easy on him. Is it quitting or quieting? I think that's quitting. Coach, this is we have nothing to lose lineup. Really, for me, we have nothing to lose. Lineup will be all guns blazing. I play with only 3 recognized defenders and play attackers at wing backs. He said Reece keeps his place because he's good from that position. I'm not sure what else to say. Why does he trigger so many people that it's a 3 at the back with wing backs? That's not parking the bus. That's not parking the bus. That's not the list of my concerns really per se. Wing backs have to overlap, not sit back. The application, yeah, good point there. Let's see what else we have. It seems they just want to pack the bus and get a draw, but I'm not sure even they can do this properly. And Lampard wants a stadium to get behind this team when it's been on from the go. I don't know. Roger, I'm going to come to you right away. Let me not hold you too much. Your thoughts on the selection so far?
Hello, gentlemen.
I'm not saying. I'm saying so far like it's going to change in a minute or two.
So I just listened and watched the pitch side interview with Frank Lampard, and he basically explained his setup and what he chose. He basically doesn't want to concede because he's conceded the fact that if we concede first, the game is for all intents and purposes over. So what he's alluding to, I'm paraphrasing here, obviously, it's nothing verbatim. But what he wants is for us to be into the game as long as possible. And then when the time is necessary, bring on players that can help us even more so. So he's showing a lot of respect. He's being pragmatic, if you wish. Now, some people will say, listen, we've got 90 minutes to score at least 2 goals. But having said that, if he is too offensive, where you only use 3 defenders per se, then we concede a goal or 2, then everyone would say that was naive of him. So I get his approach. I'm shocked that Gallagher is starting. Obviously, it's because of the energy he's bringing. I'm not sure about Mount. I have no idea why he's not starting, because you would think that he would choose Mount over Gallagher if he's
When
healthy.
you say it's over for Mount, when you say he's gone,
you're
because
reading
this is beyond fitness issue, fitness problem.
I don't know, Coach. You're reading too much into it. I mean, he could sign a contract for 4 or 5 years. You don't know. I think you definitely really. He could be gone. You don't know. I think reading into something like that doesn't mean that he's staying or going. Just like if he chose him to start. Oh, does this mean he's staying? You can't do that. He actually said, I'm not here for the long term. So I've chosen my players on who is best to play for today, not for any long term.
My argument is I think if he's fit enough and ready, he's a better option than Gallagher. But go ahead. Go ahead with what you're saying.
This is what Frank said. He said, I've chosen my squad based not on any future because I'm not going to be here for long. He stated that I've chosen the players who I believe will be best suited and is informed for today's game. So that's what he said.
Okay.
So, and that was on
one
BT
more question
Sports,
for you,
by the
Roger.
way. Yeah.
If this is what did you say, bro?
That was on BT Sports. He was
okay. I don't get BT. And you know why. So, Roger, another question I want to ask you is this: if this is really the structure, will it work?
Time will tell. Listen, we were discussing earlier today, back 3 or back 4. I was hoping it would be a back 4, but I see why he's gone with a back 3.
And you said he was going to be a back 3.
I actually thought that if anything, if he's going because of his
No, in the morning you said during the Blue Morning show you said it was going to be a back three, so you got that spot on.
Yes, but I'm saying, to be honest with you, his MO has always been a back four until recently. I remember him playing mostly back four with Chelsea in his first stint. He talked about confidence of the players also being low, and he reflected on the fact that one of the worst years he had as a Chelsea player is when they won the Champions League 2012. So he was trying to impart onto the players that, you know, anything is possible. So because that he's experienced that himself, you know, I would have hoped for a back three in this regard because of being we have more. I think this formation best suits Chelsea. I'm not sure about the 1-1, but the 3-4-3 or 3-5-2. I think that best suits. I think if you look after the last 5, 6, 7 years, this formation has served us better. Now, is it as exciting and as more, shall we say? I don't know. How shall I put this? It's like it's not as entertaining as we would like to be.
It's a more pragmatic approach.
Definitely.
Result focused.
Yeah. However, you know, with that approach, you can use James more up front. It does suit his attacking as opposed to a flat back four, if that makes sense. This brings out, I think, the best out of James.
So what I want to ask you is this: with this particular structure, let's say he decides to bring in Modric for his space. Would he stick him there in the left wing back position, or does he have to change the structure to accommodate him?
Possibly change the structure. I mean, because defensively, Modric, he's too young, so he's raw, and I mean that politely. I don't mean that in a disparaging way at all. But we've seen him before about tracking back. That's been an issue. So perhaps change the structure. You know, the thing that I understand that Frank wasn't the person that was here that decided that Badiashile would be out of the European squad and Mudryk was chosen. But you don't have a Mudryk, you don't have a Felix, and they were chosen to play the Champions League. And someone that we need, Badiashile, is. Remember we had that discussion. Well, if we choose Badiashile, we're going to leave out Mudryk or whomever.
You know, the two, yeah.
Yeah, and look, you know, listen, like, this isn't Frank's fault, but looking back at this entirety, someone that we would need would be Badiashile, and we're starting neither Felix or bloody Mudryk. This is what hurts, you know.
Hopefully, this is not the structure. Even if this is the lineup he decides to go with, I was okay. Maybe he has a reason for that. But if this is really the structure, I don't know how it's going to work. And I'm not sure where the chance creation is going to come from. Enzo is,
too.
I don't know. Yeah, we had issues finishing chances. Now, where are the chance creations going to come from?
Carl, how negative of you.
Yeah, exactly. But Chelsea Boy says, Coach, what is this? I just left your comment on the screen, and I'm sure Roger saw it as he was answering the question. There's no telling what he has in mind. And I'm sure if you watch, at the end of the day, we'll all be going, wow, that was a masterclass from Frank Lampard. And even AD, which I know didn't like that, tried to find positive. As he was explaining it, I was going, I'm even more confused. But that's, by the way, because this is really confusing. Yeah.
Do you think Kanté will have more of a forward position?
Yeah. Honestly, I would try to play with only three defense. You can say three recognized defenders with a little bit but Reece James will keep his place, because Reece James, whenever he's in this position, I usually don't really count him as a defender because he does more going forward. On the left-hand side, I would have started Mudryk, honestly. And since Kanté is on the left-hand side of this structure, he can do a good job of protecting Modric, covering the spaces that Modric leaves. But let's see what plan he has. And maybe as the game starts, we get a more more clarity as to why this is the structure and this is the selection. Go ahead, Roger. You were saying something.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I believe he's put three in the middle, or at least according to this lineup, and it's because he's worried about being listen. The game is won and lost in the midfield for all intents and purposes, and you know you can't give space and time to people like Modric, you know, or Cruz. That they will dissect you. They will cut you apart like a surgeon with a scalpel. We've seen that before, and I think this is why he's worried about them, because of how, if you look at how we conceded our first goal, it's exactly because, I forgot his name, had time on the ball with that beautiful pass to Vinicius, who passed it to obviously Kareem the Dream. You know, so conversely, on the other side of the coin, what do we have? We don't have too many. I mean, Kovacic is not exactly a 30-a-year goal scorer. Neither is Fernandez. Kanté is possible. He is capable of scoring. That is not reaching. So I don't mind him going forward. Havertz, yes, in the air. Gallagher, you know, on his day he can. But Modric, I would have preferred to see Modric on the field because of his speed and his ability.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, I get it. He's young. He's a bit raw, but I think, like I said, he's played with against Madrid twice in the Champions League, and I'm going to repeat this. He played so well that they applauded him when he was subbed off. He mopped. Yeah, he mopped the floor with them. Let me catch up with the chat.
Of course.
At times the lineup is different from what we see. Application, yeah, but let's see. Let's pay attention to the application and see what happens. Roger is looking for a new client already, and he has one. Here's the thing. I think without Roger, we will not be Roger forces us in most cases to see things from other perspectives, and I think it makes sense. But let me catch up and see what JC has to say. He comes on to the panel today, which means he really does have something to say. It will be Library Bridge Stadium. Let's see. Gallagher always has the possibility of receiving a red card. That exuberance maybe is he still has that. The moment he starts learning not to be too much in a hurry, I think he'll become a better footballer, and I think that comes with age. Being too defensive is not saying a certain team are well balanced. Chelsea can only stay in the game if they score 0-0. We are not in the game, especially against Real Madrid. Wow. Coach, that team chat on your screen, it's like CFC players are standing in the shape of a flash mob drawing a road sign. Arrows, which shows Madrid the direction to our goal. I think that's what it is, actually. I think Patrick said that before. This is the base of the arrow, and the arrow, it gets tinier, and then to Kepa, that's the pinpoint. Yeah, so it's not about that analogy there. So Roger is here trying to totally destroy remaining confidence and hope of winning UEFA Champions League. Roger, I get it. You have found a new client, Lampard. This is just smoked something, I think. I'll get to you in a bit. I see it now. If everybody tilts their heads to the right, our lineup looks like
oh man, that's cold.
Basically telling us we're done today. That's a criminal lineup for Lampard. That's from Seth Mary. Nice to see you. I had hope for a comeback today, but then I realized Lampard is now our manager. Wow. Sorry, I cannot listen to this. We need Modric. We need goals. Honestly, I thought he was going to start this game. At this point, it is just vibes. That's what it is. I thought coach resigned and the channel dead. No, bro, I'm fine. And nice to see you, Vivella. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join in the show. Lampard channeling his inner Bali by playing his version of 4-4-3. Maybe we need Badiashile during last game, but today 0-2 down. Forget about Badiashile regrets. Instead, we have Modric, Mount, Felix, and they are put on the bench. That's criminal. It just doesn't make any sort of sense to me. See your energy, guys. We are not winning tonight. So let's just enjoy Napoli's comeback. Do you think Napoli can come back? I think it'll be difficult. What's the point of Kovacic cannot pass and penetrate? Maybe that's how you see it. I think there's more. Maybe you're not. If that's how you see it, let me just move on from that. I'm going to come to you straight up, JC. I'm sure you came on because you're not liking what you're seeing, but your thoughts on the lineup. Would you have done anything differently?
This lineup almost like makes me believe, just like Roger looks for reasons from nowhere. I also think there is a reason.
Roger, you're paying attention, right?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So definitely there have to be two Lampards. The first one went to the away game, and this is different. He looks similar, but he does not know what happened during the previous game. So this new Lampard again sets up the team the same way, and he does not know what is the score line from the previous game. So he has no idea what went on in Madrid, and then he just copy pasted everything the same manner. If he has had a look at any Madrid game, they are a slow starter. They start slowly in every game. They finish very strongly.
Yep.
And even Liverpool game, they conceded 2 goals in the first 15 minutes or so. So we have an opportunity to score a goal, then try to stay in the game or score more goals. Because if it is going to be 3, it's over. It's over. But that does not mean that you do not have to play. And I mean, this is kind of like Roger. I'm sorry, but I understand you want to see some positivity, but it's almost like trying to find some reasoning in madness. This is madness.
Roger, let's let him drop, so he can come in, Roger.
Sure.
Go ahead. Are you done?
JC?
Yeah. I okay. So I mean, if you watch how Real play, you have first 20-30 minutes, nick a goal if you can. Even in the previous game, Felix could have scored. They give opportunities in first. They start slowly, and then they finish strongly. And Lampard is going totally opposite. And in this team, I mean, Gallagher only creates chaos, and at times it looks like he creates more chaos for our team than the other team. So that and he's always rushing his shots. He's not scored many goals. He scored for the first time in his life at Stamford Bridge during the last game, and that was also a deflection. And you need to score 2 goals.
Sure, but do you understand though? If you start too aggressively, like with far too many.
No, I'm not saying. I'm sorry. Let me finish here. Also, this point.
Sure.
You do not need to be over aggressive, but you do not need to be over defensive. There is a system. There's a thing called balance.
It's a difficult balance. I agree to that.
You have the right balance and hit on the opportunity, because nobody goes hung-ho in Champions League, because it's an elimination round. It's a cup competition. So everybody is very careful, and I understand, but he's being over careful. There is no goal there.
Okay, Roger, your thoughts.
Yeah, but
your response to his accusation. Approach the bench.
Yeah, no kidding. Listen, I respect everything you said, and it makes sense. It's logical. But having said that, if he isn't as pragmatic, hypothetically, and we go out, even a balanced side, and we go out and we concede first, he will be wholeheartedly condemned for not being pragmatic enough. This is the truth of the matter. Do you understand? I'm not saying we can't concede first with this lineup anyway. No. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Defensive is not pragmatic.
Yeah, let's hear from him, JC. Let's hear from him.
Do you understand?
Go ahead, Roger.
I'm not saying that Real Madrid can score in the first 2 minutes themselves with this very same lineup. I'm not saying that negates us not conceding, but I'm saying hypothetically, even with a balance, not an overly aggressive, forward-minded side, even with a balanced side, people would come out and say you weren't pragmatic enough to start off the game to at least get in there and have occasional chances.
Okay.
Do you see that logic, sir? Do you see that
Here's my
logic?
question. No. There is no logic in that. You are just
Well, I beg to
figuring out
differ, sir.
some court case here.
No,
Because
you
I'll
have
tell
to.
you
There's
the
a logic in that. You can say you don't agree,
No, I will
JC,
tell
but go
you why
ahead.
there is no logic. I'll tell
Okay,
you
go
why
ahead.
there is no logic. And
Yeah,
Sure.
clear
go ahead,
facts.
JC.
If you want to defend for first, if you want to defend for first 16 minutes, you still need to have a threat up front, or at least scare Real Madrid so that they do not go like very freely up front. I mean, you are bringing the ball closer to your goal. And if you look at this team, is there any pace there? Is there any goal scorer there? Can we even hit on the counter attack? No. So all of they will be all over us for
Sure.
first 16 minutes.
Now,
If there was a chance that we might nick a goal, I think this is now a certainty we will nick a goal.
Sure. Can I ask you a question? How many goals has Modric scored for us as a Chelsea player?
Against Real Madrid, he has scored 3 goals. He
I
has
said
been
for
looking
I
better and
said
better, and
sir,
he is much
sir.
better. He is much better
You're
than
not answering the
Chalobah
question.
occupying a place there.
I'm
Let's
asking.
not. He's asking you a question, JC.
And
We're
and he's-
deliberating here. He's asking you a question, JC.
for us, for
I'm giving
Chelsea.
him an answer because
No,
he's
it's
looking
not
at
an
statistics.
answer.
I'm looking at football.
No, yes, sir. I'm talking about Chelsea. How many goals has he scored for Chelsea?
How many games has he played? But how many goals has he scored against Real Madrid?
You're answering a question with a question.
Okay.
Okay,
So
you
you
don't
are
wish
telling
to
me putting
acquiesce.
in Chalobah means that he will score a goal.
How many goals has?
So you remove him and put
JC,
Chalobah
ask
in
you a
there.
question.
relax,
We're having a
relax,
conversation
man.
here. JC, he asked you a question.
This is nonsense you are talking. I'm
Okay,
sorry,
that's
I mean,
fine.
you remove
All right.
him. You
All right,
remove. So you remove totally an attacker.
JC, be calm, man. It's cool. I'm not fighting with you. We're both Chelsea fans.
Sorry.
But all I'm trying to say is, like, how many goals has Felix
I think
scored?
Roger is good, but he's asking you a question. Unless he means
I'm
that,
answering him. I'm answering him. What Lampard is doing is he's not substituted some other attacker for him. He's totally removed the attacker.
Sure.
There is no attacker there. So what are you arguing? Your argument is, since he has not scored many goals, so we don't put any striker at all or anybody who has a scope to score a goal. We put all the defenders in there. Do you think any of these? Okay, tell me one thing. Tell me.
Yeah. All right. This is not a long show.
Let me
catch up with the chat.
Allow me just one counter question to him, because his logic will be totally wrong otherwise.
Sure.
Remove those top two up front. Yeah, out of or even leave aside Havertz with the rest of the team. Whichever player after Havertz is in that lineup, do you think anybody there stands a chance to score more goals if given an opportunity than Mudryk or Felix?
Well, I'll be honest with you. James is more clinical than both of them. He's proven that throughout his Chelsea career.
All right. Okay. Let me catch up with the chat. I'll bring in Max from Bottom Ballers TV. This is a short show. It's not even up to an hour. So let's give other people space
I get
to speak.
what you're saying, JC.
And
I get it.
Passion. And by the way, JC, you heard them. It's not a fight, and I'm glad you said sorry. It's just I think emotions are high.
Yeah.
Emotions are high.
I really regret it, Roger, because I really appreciate your passion and your.
Believe me, Roger, I understand. You're passionate. He's passionate. Let's move on from that. Let me bring in Max, please.
Towards the team, it's a disappointment.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's cool. I'm not
for.
offended at all. It's cool. Let's carry on, gentlemen.
Roger isn't. He's a seasoned panelist. At least he's become one. That's how I want to phrase it. So I want to bring in
scary narrative.
I want to bring in Max as soon as possible. He hasn't spoken, and this is a very short show. Well,
Hello,
what is this lineup? A joke? I don't know. I'll find out with you, and I'll reach out to you, the New York guy. Let me see what else we have here. I must be dreaming. Pour water on your face to find out if you're still sleeping or still dreaming. Seriously, coach, what is the point of this lineup? Why is everybody asking me? I don't know. A bad one. This is a bootleg Lampard with the activate window. Text is still attached to his body. Possibly, it's not activated yet. We don't win with this team. Where is Mudryk? We will be 2-0 down at halftime. I dread that. I hope that doesn't happen. I cannot believe there are fans who actually want Lampard to get the job full time. Oh well, welcome to the world we are in. We should have hired Ted Lasso as the caretaker instead of Lampard. Okay, you guys are not getting it. Lampard is forcing Todd to hire an elite manager by playing such lineup, and Chelsea forever, Chelsea legend. I don't know what to make of this. Parent, jump in. Nice to see you, brother. Big up, Glenn. What's the consensus of the panel on the lineup in a meeting? Well, there's no consensus here. I'm still a bit confused, and I understand Roger's argument. I understand Jesse's argument too.
I get it.
For me,
Yeah,
it's
Roger is
shambles.
talking about being a bit more, not to risk too much. I get it. So I'm coming. Let's see quickly. Let me get Matt's thought. This is a toothless attack along with toothless defense, a recipe for disaster. My question is, where's the creativity going to come? Lampard should retire from being a coach and do something else. Wow. JC talking to Roger like Bolly was talking to Sterling. I would have expected Lampard to use this selection for the first leg and bring the game to Chelsea. Yeah, exactly. Watching a fight in this channel is more exciting than it's not a fight. It's just passion.
It's not a fight. Come on.
It's not a fight.
No,
We're
he's
getting
joking.
battered. I hope not. This lineup tells me he is playing for a draw. Why the hell is again all attackers on the bench? We'll find out. Daniel Crane, I haven't seen you for a long time now. Please do let me know that you're if you're okay. Are we trying to win or not? Trying to get obliterated worries me. I'm going to come to you, Max. Thank you so much for finding the time to join in the show. I appreciate that. Max has changed the name of his channel to BBTV, which also still stands for Button Ballers TV. If you haven't, go check it out. Since he's on the panel, I'm going to add his credit to the description section so you can go check it out. I have never seen anybody that knows Chelsea as well as Max. That's why I call him the Chelsea Encyclopedia. But we have a very short time for this show. Max, just quickly, your thoughts on the lineup.
Yeah.
Would you have done anything differently? And do you really understand what Lampard is trying to do here?
Mate, first of all, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Max.
Good evening to you too, brother.
And sorry, Roger, I'm going to have to agree with JC.
That's totally fine, mate.
What is that lineup? That's the most negative lineup I've ever seen. I came into this game with thinking we had 1% chance of winning. Now it's 0%. I hope I'm proved wrong. I hope there's method in his madness. It's just like, listen, this game this is the second half of the game. Yeah, it's just like
basically.
we've gone into a half 2-0 down, and then we're chasing the game. Instead of he's taken off two forward players and putting on 2 defensive mind players. That's what it's like. You know, I hear what you're saying, Roger, about trying to be cautious at the beginning. No, we need to go for it. I don't care if we went for it, and even if we get torn to shreds by Real Madrid, then that's why, because our confidence is on the ground anyway. So I prefer us just to go for it and go for it and maybe get something out of the game by being brave. Do you
Max,
remember?
did you listen to his interview, pitchside?
No, I haven't heard his interview.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you remember, I was at both these games, home and away, when we played Barcelona one year, and we were 2-1 down after Drogba got sent off, I believe, and we came back to the bridge, and that first 20 minutes of football we played was breathtaking. Okay, it was a different era, different players, but we blew them away in the first 20 minutes. And what it does, once you score an early goal, it gets the crowd going. And don't underestimate it. Once you get the crowd going, under the lights, European football, even last season, we were 3-1 down. We didn't go defensive. We went for it. We were 3-0 up in that game. And when we should have shut up shop, we didn't. So, there's nothing to lose. We need, but Mudryk, he would have been in my starting lineup because of his pace. And
I agree. Same here.
He should have started last week as well, because I said the one thing that Real Madrid afford you is space to run in behind. And
the channels, yeah.
Exactly. And had Mudryk being in that position where Felix was in last week, then I think he scores that one, because he would have been well ahead of what's that Brazilian defender before he could have caught him up. And
Is it Militao?
Militao, yeah. Because what's João Felix? His first touch was poor anyway. Took it away from the goal, and because he hasn't got the blistering pace of Mudryk, he allowed Militao to catch him up. But Mudryk would have been away with that position, and that's the thing. And the other thing is, we didn't exploit their wing back, their defenders, the fullbacks last week.
The lack of pace.
Exactly. Carvajal's not the quickest. And on the other side, we've got a midfielder. Okay, Camavinga played well last week, but at the end of the day, he's still a midfielder playing as a left back. So we need to exploit that. And today, it just seems to me like Lampard is scared again, giving Madrid too much respect. I could understand if the game was 1-1 and we're going in and we want to keep it tight for the first half, then yeah. But we're 2-0 down. We're 2-0 down. What's the point in playing a defensive? Where's the goals? Where are the goals coming from? I just cannot see where the goals are coming from. Nobody out there. We've got a midfield who doesn't really score goals.
It looks as if Lampard is playing against Real Madrid as a name and not analysing their team, not looking at their team.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's showing too much respect. I get that.
And what you said, Dave, you're right. They're slow starters. They are slow starters. So
every game, yeah.
So we should be trying to capitalize on that. And also a good lineup. What it does, it galvanizes the fans. I think what you're going to see today as well, the fans going into the Stamford Bridge, seeing that lineup, they're going to be flat. I'm hoping not. I hope they do try and cheer.
That was my first thought, Max.
Yeah,
that was my first thought.
Yeah. So if I'm looking at this, if I'm in the stadium today and I'm looking at that, I'm just thinking, because I thought it was a joke. I thought, really? I said, this can't be the thing, you know. I seriously, I thought, no way. Is this? Because sometimes I looked at it on football, because sometimes football puts a team out before and it's a totally different team. I said,
oh, really?
I've got to look at the proper. Yeah, sometimes they do that, and then you look at it and then it's changed. So they put it out the expected team lineup. But when I saw the actual team on the official website, I thought, really? Yeah.
It's almost like Lampard has put like a cushion there for the snipers, like have a nice seat, relax, enjoy, take your angles, and then shoot. I mean,
as much as I understand, just quick, go ahead, Max, if you're still speaking.
No, I said he probably wants a better result than when he last played in a knockout against Bayern. That's probably what he's trying to do.
Possibly.
Do you know what BT Sports just did? They showed the players in shooting practice. And you know what's really annoying? They're bloody scoring in all their shooting practices. It's like, why can't you do that in real time?
I thought Rio Ferdinand would be ducking or something.
Yeah.
As much as I understand Roger's point about not risking too much from the start, because they will come into this game knowing that we need goals and probably will exploit the slightest of spaces they find. Again, thinking about what the argument that JC and Max made, we won't get the goal against them because they're slow starters, but as the game progresses, they become stronger. And that's not the time you're going to try to get a goal from them. That's where I have to. Yeah, I think we're all ganging up on Roger today, and I'm like,
no, it's not at all. My logic.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Roger.
No, I'm on the side. I quite agree to some extent with Rogers. To be honest, that's what I said earlier. Trying to look for positives from the lineup. Hi, Roger. Yeah, I'm on your side, Roger, this time, honestly, because the only thing is this: if we say they are slow starters, but don't forget that we are not high on confidence either. So if we try to go gung-ho and we consider, how many times have we come back from conceding first? This team, very low on confidence. So he must have looked at it. So it could work, it might not work. We have a gap to fill after the game. Either we call him a genius or we call the opposite of it.
It's as simple as that.
Exactly. So we have a gap, we have something to fill in. Everybody has we wait. I mean fans, we always wait to critique whatever it is after the game. We always that's the benefit of hindsight. Oh, he could have done this, should have done that. If he went gung-ho and first time we are 3-0, we come out here and give him why did he not go? Why did he come out? I mean, it's just Act 22.
I prefer to go for it.
Yeah. No, that's not for me. It's not good enough. It's not good enough because this team has not been playing with no confidence yet. If like say we're kind of even in the position Arsenal is, or Man City. We could afford to go there because we can come back from games. The confidence is completely low. Completely low. So if this team concede one goal, then they tend not to know what to do. And it's been happening this season. So he must have looked at it, say, okay, let's be conservative. Let's stop them from playing. Don't concede first. Build on that. And I said it earlier on, Modric and Kroos, they don't complete 90 minutes. They get tired as the game goes. So if you engage them, let them run around, weaken their legs, and then you bring on fast players to play. That's the thinking I can only see. I know it's a very bad lineup, but
the game.
We have to grow into the game, not conceding and then take our chances. Maybe set piece or something like that could just happen, deflection, anything. I mean, just look for something, but we cannot afford to concede, even though we know there are no away rules, no away goals in this season anymore, which is good for us in a way, because if we had considered one first, so the away goals, I mean, it's working for us this time. It's to our benefit. So, but we don't have to concede first. We have to try not to concede.
We are already 2 goals behind, huh?
Exactly, but we cannot afford to go 3 down. It's better to be 0-0. Keep playing. Games are not won in the first half of games. I keep saying it. There's this analogy one of the pundits gave. There's this analogy there's this thing that one of the pundits gave. He said the first half of games.
Jesse, let's talk one by one, please.
Yeah.
He said,
you're right.
He said first half of games are always for the players. Second half is for the manager, because first half you go in, you don't know what to expect. Then second half you bring in your tactical, you understand the way the game is panning out and all. Then you can easily change and all. So let's wait and see. I know it's a bad lineup, but let's just pick this positive from it and wait and see, hopefully. And then we all have a gap, as I said, to feel, oh, he got it all wrong. Oh, Lampard was a genius. Oh, they got it. It's one of the two that we're going to talk about after the game. So let's wait and see. I just believe he's trying to be only just be pragmatic, not conceding. We don't have that confidence. We can't come back from games. Even against the likes of West Ham, I know we can't come back from games. Wolves, we couldn't come back from games. So he knows that. Conceding first against Real Madrid and then make it 3-0, where are we going to come back from? So that's the only positive I'm drawing from this lineup.
Now,
even
Eddie,
though I wouldn't.
I respect that.
But Eddie, this doesn't
draw positive from there. But for me, it is still like I prefer to go for it, because we are not 1 goal down. We are 2 goals down.
Sure, but you know what though, and I'm going to actually give a point to the other team, as it were, that this formation and choice of players doesn't automatically guarantee we won't concede a goal first either. I'm not saying that. So, but which is not good, because if you can say, oh, we're definitely not going to concede, then I'd say good choice. But the way we're playing, so listen, I think there's logical aspects to both sides of the coin, if you get what I mean. And if you listen to his interview, you can understand where he's coming from. As we said today on the earlier show, I would have chosen Mudryk up front, at the very least.
Yeah.
So I'm not agreeing with this lineup. I'm just posing the
trying
logic.
to see reason why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah,
but we should remember. Sorry, we should remember we are missing Ben Chilwell and Koulibaly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that makes it all even.
Yeah, go ahead.
And Didier Drogba.
Roger, were you saying something?
No, not at all. You know me. I'm fine.
Daniel Crane says, I thought the Newcastle lineup was bad. This is terrible. It's like he's playing to stop us from getting battered. And here, all sports fan at them say Mount wants to leave the club. Even Rice prefers Arsenal now. For me, Bowley is not. It's too involved and egotistic in a dressing room, hands-on in transfers and personal preferences. He's not for this club. Unfortunately, he owns the club. He is for the club. Unfortunately to you, because I see things differently, but all sports fans are always nice to see you. We will watch Madrid pass around the whole game. Lampard's packed the balls when we need to chase the game and go for it. I don't care if Madrid scores more goals. We need to see a fighting spirit, more importantly. I'm going to skip that. Here's the link to Max's YouTube channel. Please go check it out quickly. I'm not sure if we're not going to do a watch along today because I'm like I said before, I'm not fully fit. But by next game, I think I'll be fully fit for watch alongs and on. Please go check it out. Be sure to subscribe. He's a brother. I had no subscribers when I met him, and he's being one of the biggest supporters of this channel. we did transfer videos, scouting videos, and all that. Every time I call upon him, if he has time, he always joins to support the channel. Let's see what else we have here. I prefer the season 20 years ago. Viking knockouts of the UEFA. Viking knockouts of the UEFA Cup this season have been horrific, and Todd Bowley or his Pogsy group has been a big part of that. Were you saying something, Roger?
No, I just typed something to you. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Up the chest. I'll see you guys. Okay. Did you see Max's link? You're asking for Max's YouTube channel link.
Yeah,
it's in the chat. Did you see it?
I'm actually on a laptop, but I.
Okay, I'll share it to you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. No worries, bro. Let's see what else we have here. That footage is edited, Roger. They damaged 3 cars, and randomly walking by. But I don't want to read that aspect.
Thanks, Glenn.
This is all Bowley sport. I hope more fans at the stadium boo him and hold him accountable. He had Lampard PR like we wouldn't notice. He's the root to all our problems. A lot of people say that. It was a PR hiring overall. Lampard's genius. That's with regards to what AD said. Yeah, and what you said is Gallagher going to do at the 10th position. I don't know. Chalobah versus Vinny, a horror show. Kepa long shot. We concede Kukurea, shaky Gallagher, and Havertz cannot finish a ball. Dressing room motivation. Lord have mercy. Wow. Playing Gallagher makes a sense. Workaholic, I guess. Flood the midfield and stop Mudryk and gain control. It may well work, but let's see when the game starts. Is it possible? It's possible to win, but not sure the players are in the right headspace to win by 2, actually score some goals. Wow. See what happens when Bowley and Igbali enter the dressing room. Yeah, maybe he's speaking those he knows he can fight for them. I'm going to come to you, Max. Anything else you want to say with regards to the lineup and what you expect of the game?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we may be saying he's a genius when we win 3-0, but I don't know. I don't give us much hope in this game today. But
yeah, ditto.
The thing is, we are Chelsea, and we've seen it before. So we got to. I know it's improbable, but it's not impossible. So with 90 minutes of football, I just want to see the guys give it their all, blood and sweat, and then they come out. If we get beaten by the better team, we get beaten by the better team. But I just need that effort, that desire. I want them to not let the fans down. The fans are gone today to cheer the side on. This is our last hope of getting into Europe, and so yeah, just a good performance. If they put up a good performance that we can be proud of, win or lose, then up the Blues. So there you go.
Yeah, and this bro here, OB, I haven't seen you in a while. I remember someone tell me the meaning of your name. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining the show. Did I miss something? Are we 2 goals up or down? I'm not shaking. I said that. Thanks, coach. Hope you're well, brother. I'm well. Up the Charles. Yeah, more importantly, up the Charles. Drogba speaking and saying he doesn't recognize this club. Wow. Whew. That's concerning. Horrible style. We lost again. I am just weak, not knowing what to expect. I think don't expect too much, so that the result will not affect you in a negative way if we lose. We playing FA Cup. Looks like a squad rotation strategy. He's already admitted defeat. Sad to see. It's like a dirty cloth that won't get clean no matter the detergent you use. I haven't heard that one before. Roger, quickly.
That's good.
What do you expect so that I can get JC's thoughts also and we can call it a day and go watch the game?
I have to agree with Max. As I said earlier this morning, I have little hope of us advancing. I just hope that we are not thrashed. That's the only thing I can hope for, that we at least play hard and hopefully respectful. The scoreline is respectful. I'd be pleased with a draw. You know,
You just don't
lose 5 or 6
with us.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How about you, Jesse? Your thought? Roger, were you still speaking? Sir, apologies if that was the case.
It's fine. It's just I don't have high hopes. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, follow the punch. Jesse, how about you? Your thoughts? What do you expect?
For me as well, I mean, the hope was low, definitely, because I mean we are playing Real Madrid. But I mean, going with this team line, I'm disappointed because even if we are going out, at least we should go out. We play well, we give everything, and we play like with the hearts and like real aggressive because we need to score goals for doing
with
that.
guns blazing, huh?
And I mean, if it turns out to be very underwhelmingly, we concede even with this defensive line in like 5-10 minutes, then their shoulders will drop and this game will turn into such a wimp. Like, you know, I definitely don't want to end this way because we will, if it ends like that, I mean, it will affect our rest of the season as well, and we have to get back to winning ways, you know. So I mean, I better go out flying high, fighting rather than just trying to be defensive, negative, and all. Because how much positive you try to take, for me, this is negative, and let's hope. I hope I'm proven wrong. That's it.
Yeah, I hope you're proven wrong. It's like, yeah, I've read that one too. And this one says, expect elimination and pray that Bali comes in the dressing room and it's our fairy godmother. Let's just not get embarrassed. I think that's everybody. So, big up to you, bro. Always nice to see you. He says, big up, coach. Big up, Blues. Come on, you Blues. Packing the bus until the 70th minute and then bringing on more attackers to try and force extra time. Yeah, I hope that happens. Where are the goals coming from? Malaria-infected Havertz or Chicken Gallagher? I want to go to heaven. Why am I reading this? I feel really sad. Even the novice will pick a better squad. Wow, some argument right there. Bali picked the lineup, didn't he? I'm not sure, but big up to everyone. Big up to my bro, Mikhail, and the beautiful game. Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Max. I appreciate you finding time to join. Thank you, Jesse. I'll see you guys next time. God bless us all. And one more thing here, out of respect for my bro, what's the alternative? Go on all and attack from the get-go and get sucker punched with Encanto. So that supports the argument of Roger. So, guys, let's go watch the game. I think we're almost there. You don't want to miss even a minute of it. Thank you, guys. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and bye.
Cheers, chaps.
Yeah, bye.